As Russia has begun a massive regrouping, pulling in reinforcements from across its stagnating offensives to feed the fight for Pokrovsk, Ukraine struck a decisive blow. By launching a massive wave of coordinated strikes, the Ukrainian forces crippled 3 major command posts, eliminated dozens of high-ranking officers, completely beheading and halting the Russian offensive. Currently, Russian forces are undergoing a massive redeployment to reinforce and intensify the offensive towards Pokrovsk, while sacrificing several of their other offensives in the process, according to Euromaidan Press media outlet. Ukrainian intelligence, however, left no movement unnoticed and tracked almost every Russian convoy, from hacked traffic cameras in the Russian rear. Partisans reporting on troop trains to deep reconnaissance by drones. Ukraine followed enemy columns across roads and tree lines. Ukrainians stepped up their efforts by using one of the newest missiles in its arsenal to strike Russian command headquarters and behead all enemy efforts. The centerpiece of Ukraine's counter was a massive precision strike operation, with the first salvo slamming into the Topaz plant, once a Soviet electronics hub and now a command post for the Russian army. At least 5 Peklo jet-powered drone missiles were caught on multiple geolocated videos before detonating in near-simultaneous strikes. Flames engulfed several buildings, with further images showing smoke clouds rising above the site. Euromaidan Press says a second strike, smaller but just as targeted, destroyed the command hub of the 41st Russian Combined Arms Army within the Research Institute of Complex Automation, where Russia had been directing operations in the region. The Russian military was also engaged in the operation of anti-aircraft fire in central Donetsk. Finally, another wave of Ukrainian long-range drones hit the command post of the 20th Guards Motor Rifle Division inside an industrial zone, demolishing the nerve center of one of Russia's key forces attacking west of Donetsk. Euromaidan Press says these 3 strikes, occurring within minutes of each other, stunned Russian defenses, as eyewitnesses described anti-aircraft fire tracing the sky only after the missiles had already hit. The result on the Russian offensive is immediate. With key headquarters destroyed, the Russian chain of command has become fractured and communications from army leaders to units on the ground has been disrupted. Many officers familiar with the battle plans have been killed, as similar cases in the past show that such strikes caused paralysis within Russian military strength. That's what happened. Nothing changed despite these attacks. Replacement officers need time to familiarize themselves with the battlefield and plan of attack, slowing decision-making and holding planned assaults. Overall, Ukraine's wave of strikes has effectively cut off the head of the Russian offensive at Pokrovsk by demolishing enemy headquarters, Euromaidan Press claims. Reportedly, senior Russian generals were killed, whose identities are being clarified, but even the disruption alone forces Russia into crisis mode.
Tanks are rolling through the Serbian capital Belgrade in preparation for a military parade that is set for September 20th. Dubbed the Power of Unity, the parade is designed to present Serbia's military capabilities on the occasion of a recently established national holiday. According to Associated Press, the show will take place amid deep political divisions and the biggest wave of anti-government protests in years in the Balkan country. President Aleksandar Vučić said the parade has nothing to do with the persistent demonstrations that have shaken his tight grip on power. Vučić has repeatedly branded the student protesters as terrorists who are working in conjunction with Western powers to remove him from office, without presenting any evidence. On Friday, Vučić said that the parade was announced earlier this year and was not in any way related to daily events. This parade is an expression of our desire to celebrate a national holiday and an expression of our desire to show how much our army has progressed, said Vučić. Aleksandar Radić, a military analyst, believes Vučić's government will use the parade as a show of force and to help boost public support. Vučić's intention actually is to show the army as a symbol of what binds people together in Serbia at the moment when there is a crisis of unity in Serbia, said Radić. The protests first started as an anti-corruption movement after a concrete canopy at a renovated train station in Serbia's north collapsed in November, killing 16 people and sparking allegations of graft-fueled negligence in construction. Almost daily rallies in the past more than 10 months have become a direct challenge to Vučić's heavy-handed rule, with demonstrators demanding free elections, independent judiciary, and accountability for police violence.
Da ne bude kiša, da bude lepo vreme i da stoji blokaderi s kome se ulica. Bolje da šetaju ovi nego oni budale.
Kako komentarišemo ovo što zakrči saobraćaj to? Odlično, odlično, nek zakrči sve da može nigde da se prođe, to je bilo najidealnije. A znaš, znači ova vojna parada, ne znam da li je ovo parada ili bruka.
Ona je, kao što znate, zakazana još s proleća. Više od 6 meseci ima kako ona zakazana. Nema veze ni sa kakvim dnevnim događajima, ni sa čim. Ta parada je izraz naše želje da obeležimo nacionalni praznik, ali izraz želje da pokažemo koliko je naša vojska napredovala. Da pokažemo građanima Srbije u što smo ulagali novac. Da ljudi mogu da na transparentan način vide koliko je danas Srbija snažnija u odnosu na ono što je predstavljala juče. Da pokažu ljudima u Srbiji da mogu da se osjećaju sigurno, bezbedno